What's up, everyone? Latricia from Latricias Bakery Boutique here, and I'm always making sculpted cakes, so I thought, let's make an easier cake today. Tres leche. This is one of my husband's favorite cakes. So while I was out shopping for baking supplies the other day, I found this beautiful flour bundt pan, and I had to put it to use. This pan has a lot of grooves, so I'm going to coat it the old-fashioned way with some shortening and flour. I find that works best for me when it comes to these types of pans. As you can see, I used a sponge brush to really get inside of those grooves. Once done flouring your pan, go ahead and take those 5 eggs and separate the whites from the yolks. Beating the whites on high speed, adding 3/4 of a cup of white granulated sugar. Adding 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar, beating our whites until they're nice and stiff. You want a nice glossy meringue. Then I mixed all my dry ingredients, which was a cup of all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sifting that and placing that to the side. I then took my 5 egg yolks that we separated from the whites earlier and added 1/3 cup of whole milk and beat it until it became a nice pale yellow. Once it became a nice pale yellow, I added all my dry ingredients, proceeding to beat the mixture for an additional 2 minutes. In between each minute, I made sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl to remove all of the excess flour so that there are no lumps when we go to mix in our meringue. If this isn't one of the most satisfying things to watch be mixed together, I don't know what is. Look at that meringue, just so nice and fluffy. Now you want to be very careful when you're mixing your meringue and your yolks together because you definitely don't want to knock out all that beautiful air. Now take all of that yummy batter and add it to your pans. I use my flour pan in an 8x8 square pyrex. Placing both pans in the oven at 350 degrees, I baked my flour pan for 15 minutes and my square for 25. Now onto my milk mixture, which was 3/4 of a can of evaporated milk, 2/3 of a can of sweetened condensed milk, and 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream. Let's get to my favorite part of the video, shall we? Drum roll, please. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Once your cake has cooled for 20 minutes, pour your 3 milk mixture generously over your cake. Add fresh fruit and whipped topping. Remember, the longer you let this cake sit in the fridge, the tastier it gets over time.